Who are the Kennedys? The Kennedys are the people who own American Jeep Company, who made billions during World War II. Billions. They are here too. One of their descendants was an admiral in the US Navy. This is oral history. Who came here as an administrator in the Navy and fell in love with the north side of this island, the beautiful north side. Remember, where we have Fountain Valley Golf Course today is 7 natural springs. The most fertile land on St. Croix is in where they have the golf course today. The most fertile, 7 natural springs, fertile land, rich, black, rich soil, 2-3 feet deep at top soil. Used to produce some of the best food in the islands. We call it Estate River. Yeah, Estado River. Okay? Because of its fertility and its water. The Kennedys, this Kennedy person was an admiral in the Navy. He goes and do what? He buys estate by estate from right down here towards Frederickston. And he buys all the way, this entire chain of land, all the way to Estate River, Mount Eagle, and Blue Mountain, where the biggest hills and mountains are on the island. He buys that all entire estate, almost 5,000 acres. And the Rockefellers now, who had this hotel on the South Shore, wanted to have a golf course. So they decided to buy that land from the Kennedys to make a golf course. And so that land became their land. So you have 2 international people now, bankers, okay? And how did that influence the situation in Ireland? Well, it showed people like ourselves what we were going on. The haves and the have-nots. Colonialism at its peak. The culture had just about died in the Virgin Islands. There was only a few people who kept the culture. After Fountain Valley occurred, a lot of white people left. They just left. The black people here who had money were able to buy affordable land, affordable mansions, because they left. Give me $10,000 and they're gone. Just like after Hurricane Hugo, many of them just left. Okay? As far as the culture is concerned, we weren't getting culture in our education anymore, because our education was modernized. We were being taught by foreigners. And when I say foreigners, not to say that the people from the mainland aren't US citizens, but to us they were foreigners. We had to learn a new language called English. Yeah. Because when you go to school and you say, well, me ngainde, you are corrected. Mr. Carl, yes, Miss Thornton, you shouldn't say you ain't going there. You must say, I am not going there. That is proper English. Well, me want to go. I think I got to know it's 3 o'clock. Carl, don't say that. Don't say, I ain't going there. I want to go home now, it's 3 o'clock. Says, I am not going there. And since it is 3 o'clock, I am going home. Comprende? You see? So this is a new language. We write how we speak. So when we used to write, we would write and we spell how we speak. We spell how we sound. We write how we sound. So we had to learn English. I still had a problem with English when I was up into college. And I used to explain to the teacher, I said, look, this is a second language, and I hope you understand it's a second language. Now I speak so-called proper English, for whatever it means, right? Okay? a lot of us had that problem. The culture had dwindled down, and it was only like the legacy through songs. 10 Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights. Okay? James C. Paris and the Hot Shots. Okay? The masqueraders who would be in the parade. Because when we were growing up, our age group, the culture switched to calypso, soul, reggae, merengue. That was part of, you know, when we have a band here at Synchron, we play everything. We play soul, calypso, merengue, you know, rock, just about everything. Okay? Just about everything. So we grew up with that rich. Okay? What started to happen when I got older is that we had to start to see culture bearers start to come up. People like Leona Watson. Okay? Bradley Christian. Some of the people we went to school with. Some people start to now resurrect the culture. Resurrect the tradition, resurrect the sayings, and they would go to the older people and start to report things. And we had the folk life festivals and things like that. But these are things that start to revive our culture. But for almost 20 to 30 years, our culture was more modern and American. We were ashamed because we were taught, well, we don't speak proper English. Yes.
So do you think then that the teaching of English was like took a direct effect over trying to erase culture?
Of course.
That's what you're saying.
Of course. I think the whole thing about being American is, you know, modernized American is what took it. What really did it most than anything else? That television.
Exactly.
Just that for the
Yes, the television. You know, because we didn't desire to be ourselves no more. When we were growing up, before we had television, we just had the radio. And before we had the radio, we had the community. Games. We would get together and we would talk and sit around the fire, and we would, it was the culture. Culture was there. You know, the older generation would talk to us and they tell us stories and different things. And for us too, we didn't learn anything when we were growing up about VI history. After we left 6th grade, and when we were in elementary school, it wasn't part of the curriculum. Because guess who designed our curriculum? Huh? Yes. The United States designed our curriculum because it was preparing us to be American citizens. We have a saying that goes, you don't plant yam and get tan yam. So if you plant American ideology, beliefs, mores in us mentally, we will harvest that. And that's why we have the problem we have today. Because what's going on now, today we have a clash going on between our African culture that's now coming out. You see? And the Caribbean culture that's coming out. And the American culture. Because now we have become conscious of what they have been doing to us. This is why we now, you see, we try to have a cultural, we deal with culture, not just VI culture. We respect all Caribbean culture of the diaspora. We respect all African American culture because it is a part of us now. But we also try to put our roots before slavery, before we were captives. Our contributions to humanity, what did we contribute as an African people? Because we see that our children need to know. Because we know about the Europeans, we know about the Americans. And today, when we're looking at it from a different perspective, with the exposure now to indigenous Amerindian culture, Native American culture, Taino culture, and all Carib culture, Arawak, our eyes are seeing things differently than how we were taught.